He's a whiner. We all know that. But you wouldn't have him babysit your kids. You wouldn't hire him if you had a small business. You want that man in your business? There's no way. But you're going to vote for him for president because he's strong? I mean, Kamala Harris whipped his ass in the debate, just obviously, and he's running ever since. He doesn't want any part of her because, as she said before, she's eaten many of his type for lunch. As an attorney general, as a prosecutor, he's a small fry compared to some of the people she's gone after. And he knows it. So all he can do is cut people down, and do what he does. We've all seen all that kind of stuff. The ones that you can be even more angry about, because he's sick. He's a damaged man. He grew up the biggest wannabe there ever was in New York, right? We all know that. He wanted to be.
So this is Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, one of the greatest coaches ever in NBA history. At one point, they had a dynasty down in San Antonio with led by Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, Hall of Famer. They call him Big Fundamentals. Now, obviously, if you haven't noticed, he's talking about Donald Trump and all the negative things that he's saying about Donald Trump and all these so-called positive things that he is saying about Kamala Harris. He said she whooped his ass in the debate. Now, obviously, I'm going to beg to differ with that because the consensus regarding Donald Trump going into that debate is pretty much let her talk. And then prior to that, she wanted all these concessions and able to keep notes and, all these type of things, cut mics, not cut mics. She wanted all these concessions, basically because she's an actress, a terrible one at that. But so at this point, this is about part of the reason why the NBA sucks today. Now, you got this type of thing with the wokeism going on. And I feel that at this point, I'm really tired. I'm really tired of talking about the woke because it's just, I thought it was subsiding at this point, but I think it's a little bit of an older clip with Greg Popovich, maybe a few days old or something like that, or weeks old or something like that. But nonetheless, wokeism is still alive and kicking, and it's still relevant with a lot of people who still seemingly have some power in their voice and their platforms and things of that nature. So now you have coaches like this, Greg Popovich, and you also have Steve Kerr, which he's the coach of the Golden State Warriors, and he is kind of on the same plane as Greg Popovich. But when I sit here and listen to these men, I just get the sneaking suspicion that they just don't really 100% believe what they're saying. They just don't, because most of the claims that they made about Donald Trump is just ridiculous. We've already seen what Donald Trump would do in a presidency, and he was a novice at it. He was not a DC insider. He, as far as appointing people and things like that, he really didn't know what he was doing during his first presidency. And still, I would say that has been the best presidency that I've paid attention to, which that's the scope of what I've paid attention to as far as presidents was real small. But the small amount of attention that I have given a presidency, he has had the best one for the people overall in the United States. Nobody, what you gonna do for black folks? What you gonna do for that? No, because if it's good for the country, it's good for everybody, including black folks. So you got these wokies like this guy, Greg Popovich, and I will never diminish his coaching acumen. Fantastic coach. One of the best ever. If he can teach someone like Tim Duncan, 6'10", he taught Tim Duncan just to stick with the fundamentals. Shaq nicknamed Tim Duncan Big Fundamentals, which was kind of a joke, this, that, and the other. But Tim Duncan took his big fundamentals and just took that to the Hall of Fame. My point is that as a coach, he convinced Tim Duncan, look, you 6'10", you down low, you don't need to dunk every time. You don't have to worry about shooting threes like a lot of these guys are today. Look, get the ball down low, 2 dribbles, fade away, boom. Great coach. Just a fantastic coach. And then I'm going to leave that part alone. One of the other reasons that the NBA sucks is I was watching a YouTube channel. It's called Inside the Line. And he put up a stat. There was 2 teams playing, Chicago Bulls, and this is recent, within the last week. And this is December 17th, 2024. Within the last week, combined, Chicago Bulls and whatever other team this was, they combined to miss, not take, not make, to miss 75 threes. That is a 7, that is a 5, that is a 3-pointer. They combined to miss 75 threes in a 48-minute game, 12 quarters per minute. If you sat down and took your precious time to watch something like this, what the heck were you looking at? 75 threes. I think I might go back over this whole game. If they miss 75 threes, I'll probably go back and look is what was the final score? What was the point spread? How many shots were taken totally? What was the free throw? How many free throws? This, that, and the other. Which is one of the other reasons that the NBA sucks. And I still pay attention to the NBA. I do not watch it, really. The NBA is kind of something that's on in the background. If I'm doing something else and then I'll glance over for 2-3 minutes and I'll look, boom, boom, boom. Now, I will say this. Victor Wembanyama, which is on Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs, this dude is fascinating. He is 7'4". He plays like he's 6'3". Quick, can dribble, he can shoot threes, he can block shots. Just the tallest dude on the court 99% of the time, unless they play who has, what is it, Bogdanovich or whatever it is. I think Bogdanovich is a little bit taller, 7'5", 7'6". But other than that, Victor Wembanyama is the tallest guy on the court. But you see this guy handle the ball, shoot 3, just looks like a guard at 7'4". Now that is fascinating to me. I will watch Victor Wembanyama. They call him Wemby. I will watch that, but I mean, other than that, I don't really pay attention to the NBA. But I think they're missing a huge opportunity because they have Ja Morant, which recently Ja Morant has came out and said he's really not gonna dunk anymore. Now, me knowing a little something about basketball, I can understand because that's gonna save huge on his knees and some of the wear and tear on his body. But as a product, as an entertainment product, I will watch the Memphis Grizzlies to see Ja Morant dunk. That's what I'm gonna do. The dude is 6'2", 6'3", can jump through the roof, dunk on anybody at any given time. So for whatever reason, he just made the decision that he's not going to dunk. And then with all the threes that they're taking in the NBA, it's kind of like, okay, y'all got to stop taking all these threes. Because to shoot a good 3-point percentage as a team or a person, you have to be in the 30s, the high 30s. So what does that mean? That means you're missing 7 out of 10. Now in baseball, if that's the case, that's going to get you to the Hall of Fame. If you get 3 hits out of 10 on a consistent basis for a number of years, that'll get you to the Hall of Fame. That does not hold true for a sport like the NBA when there's hundreds of points scored. But if you're missing all these shots, there's not going to be really 100 points scored. It's come down, pass, half court, dribble, pass, shoot. Go back the other way, pass, half court, dribble, pass, shoot. Can we see some strategy? Because at the end of the day, the NBA is still entertainment, which is we like to see storylines, right? And in sports, there's storylines that happen. So for instance, one of the storylines that happen in football, which is still so popular if you happen to pay attention to football, first quarter, whatever the team is known for, running the ball, passing the ball, they're a great rushing team, great defense, blah, blah, blah. You can see a storyline develop. If the team is a great running team, they're going to run the ball on first down, that's 3 yards. They're going to run the ball on second down, that's 3 yards. So that's 6 yards. So now on third down, it's 3rd and 4. So now you have all options open to you. Now you take that into the 3rd and 4th quarter. Now the defense has made adjustments. There is a storyline that's going on here. So now that the defense knows what this team is going to do, what is the offense going to do now? They know they can run the ball. And then they know they can throw it on third down. So what adjustments are they going to make? Are they going to pass it on first down? It's just all type of options. And so sports is entertainment, and it's still like a movie, and it's still like storylines. And we want to be surprised by what these teams do, the adjustments that they make. If you get into the strategy, this, that, and the other. NBA basketball is not like that. And I know this is being very shallow, but this is what I see when I watch it. Because I cannot dedicate 2+ hours to sit and watch a whole NBA basketball game when I see dribble, half court, shoot. Dribble. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a little more respect than that. Dribble, pass, shoot. 3. Dribble, pass, shoot. That's what I see. And I know it's way deeper than that, but that's what I see. But when I watch football, I see a whole lot more than that. So just a few reasons that the NBA sucks right now. And it says in their ratings at the moment, and they just did a renewal of contract over several different entities, ESPN, Prime, NBC, 76 billion over whatever number of years. And there are reports out that they are concerned. The media outlets are concerned about the ratings and this, that. They got a lot of change to do in the NBA. So that's it for this video. If you're on Facebook, you can like this video, Mr. Info 5000. If you're on YouTube, you can search Mr. Info Space 5000, spelled out FIVETHOUSAND. Peace.